Pollution is linked to about 9 million deaths each year, and that makes it the world's biggest killer. This is according to a new study that was published in Lancet. The pollution and its effects kill 3 times as many people as AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria combined. And the report is part of a 2-year project that brought together more than 40 international health and environmental experts. Cathleen Kelly is a senior fellow at the Center for American Progress, and she joins me now via Skype. Kathleen, tell me more about the study and how significant are these findings?
Thank you so much for having me, Rena. The Lancet Commission found that pollution is the biggest driver of disease and death globally. And as you said, has caused 9 million premature deaths around the globe. The bottom line is the health and economic costs of pollution globally are just simply too high. We have to stop ignoring pollution from cars, chemical plants, power plants, and other industrial sources. The price is just too high. We are talking about 9 million deaths, lives that have been ended prematurely that didn't have to happen. We could have prevented this. And the study also found that pollution globally is linked to $4.6 trillion in welfare losses each year. So substantial impact, not only in terms of human life and health, but also economic impacts.
You know, it's almost hard for people to believe that there are deaths caused by pollution, but what are some of the diseases that these pollution-related deaths are caused by?
Yeah, we're talking about diseases ranging from asthma attacks, respiratory problems, lung disease, cancer. A lot of industrial chemical sites are releasing toxic pollution that is cancer causing and has other very severe long-term health impacts for people who live in proximity or exposed to those pollutants.
And what cities around the globe would you say are the most vulnerable?
Well, very large cities in developing countries are certainly vulnerable. We're talking about countries and cities that do not have significant controls, that are heavily populated, have large sources of pollution. Beijing comes to mind, New Delhi in India, Mexico City also has pollution challenges. But we're not just talking about cities in other countries. Cities here in the United States also have substantial pollution problems. And even with pollution being a huge driver of premature deaths, as we've seen with this study, we're seeing, instead of the Trump administration and Scott Pruitt implementing and enforcing existing pollution controls, the Trump administration is actually taking relentless, very active steps to roll back existing clean air and common sense pollution protections for the American people.
And what are researchers saying that needs to be done right now?
Well, right now, instead of attacking science and denying the fact that climate change exists, we should be doing things like implementing the Clean Power Plan. This was a common sense rule that was put forward by the Obama administration. Instead of implementing the Clean Power Plan, Scott Pruitt and the Trump administration are relentlessly attacking it. They are taking steps to unravel the Clean Power Plan. This is a plan that, when implemented, it would prevent 90,000 asthma attacks per year. It would prevent 300,000 lost work and school days, and it would prevent 3,600 premature deaths. The benefits of this rule are very clear, yet Scott Pruitt is justifying rolling back the Clean Power Plan by doing fuzzy math that way overestimates the cost, inflates the cost to companies to implement the Clean Power Plan, and vastly underestimates the benefits of the Clean Power Plan. And this is not going to stop with the Clean Power Plan. Scott Pruitt and the Trump administration are taking steps now, as I speak to you, to completely change the way this country develops regulation. They are focusing much less on the science. They're undermining or dismantling scientific advisory boards and really focused on doing the bidding of polluters by only looking at the costs of regulations, existing and future regulations, while ignoring the public health, clean air, and clean water benefits to the American people.
It's a fascinating study. 9 million deaths linked to pollution, according to the study. Kathleen Kelly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Rena.